Yep. 15 or so players, was it, away international? How have they all arrived back? Are they all okay for the weekend?
They're all good. They all came back well. They all trained today, so they're in a good place.
Tom's party didn't train. What's the sort of latest you can tell us on his injury?
He's still a few weeks away. He's got a muscle injury and he's progressing well, but he's still a few weeks away.
And all your others available for Sunday?
Yeah, the rest will be available, yeah.
And can you just clear up a bit of noise around Saka and his Achilles niggle? What's the situation
He's
there?
fine. He trained normally today, so it's nothing to report there.
It's not an ongoing issue because you hear Achilles, you hear Saka, and everybody worries.
Every player has always pains or issues or things that's normal in elite sports, but nothing to worry about.
You're reassuring everybody. And other sort of noise that's sort of come out after the international break is, I think Odegaard was talking about how much he loves being here and just wondered about progress in terms of his contract and how integral he is to what you want to do going forward. We've seen you get a number of the players signed for the long term. I guess he's absolutely top of your list when it comes to that.
Well, he's our captain. He's a massive player for us, a really important player for us now and for the future. And we are extremely happy to have him, and we want to keep him here for a long time.
In terms of that progress, optimistic when?
I'm always optimistic, and we have a really good relationship with him, with his agent. We are really close to them, and whenever that's confirmed, we will announce it.
Just finally for me, how excited are you about the next few weeks, particularly I guess this week? Champions League, or Everton, maybe not quite so excited about that. I don't know, you'll tell us afterwards. Champions League and then Tottenham at the end of it. But to have weeks like this, to have the challenge of now going games every 3-4 days for the next month, how much are you looking forward to it?
I'm really excited about it, obviously. First Everton, and that's the only one that we have in mind. Obviously, our records speak for himself. Last 6 years we haven't won there, so we're going to have to earn it, and we know that we're going to have to be at our best to beat them there, and something that we haven't managed to do, so that's where we're going to start.
It's Becky from the Premier League.
Becca, when you get your fixture list and you look at all the games, is Everton away one that you personally really look forward to, perhaps more than others?
It is, obviously. It's a big emotional attachment to that football club, you know, the way they treat me, the years that I spent there, the incredible memories that I have, so always grateful. It was a big part of my playing career, and now, as a coach, I have to play against them, and obviously I want to beat them.
So when you're planning this game, is it the one that you go, I haven't had success there, you had so much success, but is it the one that you really want to nail this time?
Yeah, but we've been here, and we've been, before I came as well, in grounds that for 17 years we haven't won, and we've done it, you know, so it's just understanding the importance, what we lacked in those games, and try to put it right and do it.
How much work have you actually managed to get in with the boys this week? Obviously, returning from international duty, I would assume slightly staggered. Is it just the one sort of training session that you've had to implement your game plan?
Yeah, that's today. Today, that was the first time that we can do a little bit, because for some players it was match 2 as well. So just managing that, we knew that from the start. Don't try to get in too much information, especially after being 10 days away, but make sure that everybody is reconnected and clear on what we do, how we want to do it, and our way of playing, and that's it. Thank you.
Becky, go to Ian from TalkSport.
Hi, Mikel. How are you?
Good.
You've mentioned how much Everton means to you, how much you love Everton. Does it sadden you then, the predicament they're in right now, where the last couple of years they've only just stayed up? Today they've been taken over, and just in general, it's not going well, and it looks like a club that's not in a good place.
Yeah, but that's the history of football clubs, you know, and the challenges that we all have right now is the competition, you know, but as well the project that they have there with the new stadium and everything that they are trying to do is very exciting as well. But like everybody, you have through tough times, you know, it's how you overcome those situations to become better.
You spent £100 million in the summer on Declan Rice. Firstly, are you surprised at how quickly he's settled in? And secondly, are you surprised at how quickly he's become a fan's favourite?
Yes, well, obviously you always hope that that transition is going to be smooth and fast. But then sometimes the reality is very different. In his case, I think he's been really positive. I think he's finding it really easy. I think he understood the team, our way of playing really fast, and things are going well for him.
Your chief executive is stepping away in the summer. Can you just give us an idea of what that will mean for you personally as a manager going forward after next summer?
Well, he's been here 14 years, and I think he has the right to make that call, and he's made that call. He thinks it's the best thing for him, for his future, for his family. For what I can say from my side, I had a great working relationship with him. I enjoyed. He's a person, first of all, that I value, that has been integral in what we've done, and I will want to wish him the best. But I think he still have a lot of things to do in the meantime till the end of the season.
And finally, we're only 4 games in, but it's already Man City and Arsenal as it was last season. Both started well. How much, with the Champions League starting now, and which you didn't have last year, having to play sort of 2 games, 3 games in a 7 or 8 day period, how much is that going to test the boundaries of your players and of your team?
Well, it's exactly the same as last year. We played every 3 days, but it was the Europa League, so the competition is different. Obviously, the demands of that competition expectation are different, especially after being away from there for 7 years. But it's excitement. This is what we want to be. When you look at the fixtures and the games that we have to play, I think everybody is really looking forward to it.
Good luck to him.
Thank you.
Jordan, Fantastic.
Mikel, Pepe left the club last week. I just wanted to ask you, obviously the club record signing before Declan came in. Played a lot in your first season and then quickly fell out of the plans. Can I just, is there a sadness to you that someone at the club invested that much money didn't quite work out in the end?
Yes, but obviously there are moments for players, and not only him, but as well Robbie leaving and all the other ones that they have, Flo leaving, all the other ones that they have been on loan as well. You have an emotional attachment with them. You have tried to get the best out of them. But there are periods, and sometimes it's not about the will of the player, but it's a player that plays in his position as well that does so well. So it's many factors, but what we certainly want is wish them, all of them, the best, and hopefully they can fulfill their dreams somewhere else.
You mentioned Rob leaving as well. Kieran's obviously left on loan. Just looking at the squad now, I think there's only 3 players who actually precede your arrival as manager. This feels like very much like an entire squad that's now built in your image. Is there more pressure come with that for you, that this is now your entire team that you've handpicked?
I don't think that any pressure is going to be bigger than what we put ourselves internally every single day, regardless. When you have the players that you have, you made a decision to coach them. They are not my players; they are players from the club, and the team evolves, the squad evolves, and if you are here more years, that would happen gradually, like it happened like any other squad in the world.
Just on Everton, I know you've also spoken about the record there in recent years. You also said that you think you've now got the physicality in the squad with the new signings to go and match these teams. When you go there, are you looking to match them in a battle, or do you try and make it not a battle?
Sometimes you cannot avoid a battle. There are certain balls that you have to do. The style of play that they have is very clear, and they're extremely good at that. We have a very different one, and it's about when you are trying to impose your way of playing, and the tactic is just to make sure that the opponent's strengths are completely hiding and yours are coming out every single time to fulfill the potential of your players, and that's what I think both managers and both teams will try to do on Sunday.
Okay, last couple in the live section. James from ESPN.
Yeah, just following on on Pepe. Obviously, the club spent a lot of money on him. No club can have 100% success rate with their transfers, but do you think there are any lessons to learn from that deal and how it played out?
I don't know. I wasn't involved in the process of that deal, And what I can say about him as a person as well is a phenomenal boy. He tried really hard. He did his best. It's not his fault that the amount of money that we paid at the time, and that's it. And when things are not working on, you have to move on, And there's no point trying when something is not working for either way, and that decision has been made, and I think it's in the benefit of all parties.
I think he's the 9th player to have his contract ripped up in the time that you've been manager. Do you feel this sort of closes the chapter on having to do that now, that's sort of it for having to lose players prematurely?
I don't know. I think every case has been very, very different, and always at the end is a few parties that has to be agreeing to something. Is not a decision that I take.
Thanks, James. Finally, we'll go to Kaya from Football
Hi, Mikael.
Hi.
Earlier in the summer, you were speaking about how the leadership group would be decided after the transfer window came to a close. I just wondered, have you made a decision and have you communicated that to the players?
It's not about the decision making something formal or something public. We have many leaders in the squad. We have a captain that is Martin, and you have seen in the last few games and in pre-season when there are changes as well. When you have number 2 and 3, then maybe it's the 4 and 5. So what I'm really interested is about empowering the qualities that they have as human beings, and make sure that the leaders come out. So don't really restrict anybody, because we have a lot of people that are capable of doing that at the moment.
And just to check, who would be 2 and 3 beyond Martin?
Sorry?
Who would be number 2 and number 3?
You will see when we play.
Okay, that finishes the live.